my town at all. If you come here in November, when the weather's getting cold, what you see you will remember. Miles and miles of Texas snow. I can feel it in my bones when the days start getting cold. Soon those fields will start to show. Waiting on that Texas snow. When you're a cotton farmer's son, you learn how to pull a plow. Work these hot and dusty fields from sun up to sundown. Well, it's years of sweat and heartbreak. Plant a seed and watch it grow. Hoping for a crop to harvest. Waiting on that Texas snow. I can feel it in my bones when the day starts getting cold. Soon those fields will start to show. Waiting on that Texas snow. Here's to the cotton farmer, doing best he can. He won't rest
50 seconds, Paul.
till the crops are in. I can feel it in my bones when the day starts getting cold. Soon those fields will start to show. Waiting on that Texas snow. Soon those fields will start to show. Waiting on that Texas snow.
All right. Well, welcome out to Goofy's Bar and Grill for the Texas Music Showcase. We do this every Sunday with 2 different guests. And tonight, starting out first for us. This is his first time here. My first time to get to meet you, brother. Let's get you up on that camera so they can see your pretty face. They don't want to see me anymore. There he is right there, Mr.
Hello,
Paul
everybody.
Wylder. Give him some love. Hey, Paul, I'm going to ask you, man, tell me a little bit about your roots, where you got, I mean, other than the cool food pictures, the food porn that you post, man. I know very little about the music side, man, and I'm wanting to know more because the reason you're here, all your friends and buddies were like, you got to get that guy on the show, man. Yeah, we know Paul. Yeah, get him on.
Yep. Well, all right. So I started playing music probably when I was a teenager. I started with a keyboard, electronic stuff, Depeche Mode, that kind of stuff. Then the grunge scene came along in the 90s, and what inspired me to sing was my favorite band was Stone Temple Pilots back then.
Imagine that.
Yeah, Stone Temple, Alice in Chains, all those guys. And of course, I love some Led Zeppelin and old blues. I like a lot of music. I really do. And it's always been something I've wanted to do, and here I am doing it now. So I'm happy. So I got a lot of influences from those bands, but recently I got into kind of a more country sound. slash rock slash, I don't even know what you call it. It's just whatever comes out of me, you know?
Well, it's like that Texas alt country.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. I think
yeah.
it's something like that.
That's a good way to put it.
Well,
Texas alt country.
It's a good category to put it in because it is a forgiving and wide category.
Perfect.
Well, and I mean, there's a lot of music that's emerging right now that's like that. And that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing at all. It's a wonderful thing because what's happening is you're getting a lot of the cross genre stuff that's coming out, and the songwriting is just getting more interesting because it's opening up more possibilities for the artists to express themselves, in my opinion, anyway, for whatever that's worth.
I'd agree with that.
So, man, let's not waste any time. I'll let you dive right in and let's play some music, man. What are you going to do for us?
See, the first song I'm going to do is one. It's an original. It's called "See You in Dreams." Basically, when I started playing again, it's I saw this gals playing, and I said, I'm going to write a song about a guy that falls in love with one of these singers, and she makes it big, and he never gets to see her again. So here we go. It's called "See You in Dreams." Thursday night, neon lights, cut off shorts and a bar stool. That's the first time I laid my eyes on you. Legs for days and a smile that could charm 10 rattlesnakes. Right then I knew you'd be my next mistake. Girl, you had me flying higher than Billy Strings, dancing in your fire. I felt that sting. Yeah, now I drink alone till I'm gone. Then I see you in dreams. Had my phone, but you're not wanting to stay in one place. Well, I was a fool to think I could tame you. Morning show, drink my Joe, then I see you go on stage. Looks like you made it to the big time. Legs for days and a voice that could charm 10 rattlesnakes. You'll always be my best mistake. Girl, you still get me flying higher than Billy Strings. Woo! Dancing in your fire, I felt that sting. Yeah, now I drink alone till I'm gone. Then I see you in dreams. Hit my phone, but you're not wanting to stay in one place. Yeah, I was a fool to think I could tame you. In my dreams, you stayed with me. You wore my ring, and you're in love with me. Then I wake up, my heart gets broken. Yeah, 'cause I can only see you on TV. Yeah. Drink along till I'm gone, then I see you in dreams. Hit my phone, but you're not wanting to stay in one place. Yeah, I was a fool to think I could tame you. Well, I was a fool to think I could tame you. Well, I was a fool to think I could tame you. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
So how old were you when you picked up a guitar?
18.
Really?
And it was a cheap one, and it hurt my fingers a lot. So I think that's what helped.
It was like what, 3 years ago?
Yeah. No, more like 5. And I bought a book that showed you where to put your fingers for the chords.
Yeah, man.
And that was it. Yeah, no schooling, no nothing.
Really? Yeah. Well, I mean, like a lot of people are learning on YouTube or whatnot these days too.
That is correct. I see some kids, pre-teens that are just tearing the shredding guitar. Sometimes I'm like, what the heck? Look at that guy.
Man, we didn't have YouTube when I was growing up, dude. You had to drive all the way from Pleasanton, Texas to San Antonio to pick up the newest copy of the guitar magazine, and
That's right.
hope to hell they had a song that you really liked in it that month.
Musician's Friend, remember that?
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, man. You could get anything from California, remember?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. All the cool guitars, everything that your local or the music store hours and hours away. I mean, there's some that have it even worse than I had it, man. They had like a 4-hour drive to a music store, live out in the middle of nowhere, So, I mean, like everything has changed so much, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
It is.
How about your favorite influencer artist? Do you have one in particular, or are there a couple that you kind of lean towards? What influences you?
My favorite that got me to actually start singing was actually Scott Weiland from Stone Temple Pilots, because he was what a showman he was, and his voice and his range, and yeah, him, and also let's see, from back in the day, I love Jim Morrison from The Doors. I love, yeah,
Amen, man, yeah.
That's right, Lane Stanley, yeah, he was good, yeah, Lane Stanley also, Chris Cornell, there's a lot of those guys. Also some, I really liked Hall & Oates back in the 80s. I don't know. Hopefully nobody hates me for that.
No, not at all, man.
That's some Hall & Oates, baby.
Yeah, man. Yeah, would you say that Hall & Oates might be an influence of yours? Would you go that far?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, as far as, just for the appreciation of music that I love. But it's definitely more towards the rock and the, harder stuff, even... like Godsmack, those type of bands.
I'm right there with you, brother. I mean, you're speaking my language.
Nice.
I mean, I grew up on country and everything, but man, I started out. I did not pick up a guitar to play You're Cheating Heart. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, same here. And I wish I had a little bit more influence of it now, but
me too. Well, yeah, me too. I mean, and I wish I would have taken those piano lessons that my mom was insisting that I took, instead of sneaking off to North Carolina to see my brother and coming home with an electric guitar and starting World War III.
That's awesome.
And I tortured my mom's poor soul. I tortured her for those first 8 months before I learned how to do anything. Wow. I know she was like, I am going to kill my child.
I need earplugs.
Oh, she did. Trust me. You know what I'm talking about.
I do. Yeah, I do.
Little 11-year-old kid, man, got this electric guitar.
Oh, my God.
As loud as you can. I learned. Hey, man, first song I learned was Nothing Else Matters by Metallica, dude.
Oh, really? Okay.
Intricate song.
That's a great song.
Right out of the Guitar Magazine tablature. So.
Thank goodness I got to actually see them in concert. I think it was one of the Lollapaloozas that they used to have. It was Soundgarden and Metallica, Rob Zombie, and a whole bunch of other awesome musicians.
Well, I'm glad you're here with us tonight, along with Mr. Bo Porter. I want to send a shout out to Texas Select Beverage Company, the finest teas and coffees made right here in the state of Texas. Yeah, and also, if you're on the proverbial wagon, they have that wonderful non-alcoholic Texas Select beer.
Ooh,
yeah.
Sounds tasty.
It ain't, man, for that moment when you really got to make sure that later on you're going to be all right.
That's awesome.
Grab you one of them Texas Selectors.
That's awesome.
That's right. And get home without that trophy.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Makes sense.
All right, brother. Sure. What you got, man?
I'll just do a cover for you guys and see. One of the bands too, the recent, that got me kind of into this is, I like the band Midland a lot. You got some good jams, kind of old school but new school. So speaking of non-alcoholic, I'm gonna do the song "Drinking Problem." So here we go. Oops, got to go up one more. There we go. One more night One more down, one more round. First one in, last one out. Giving this town lots to talk about. They don't know what they don't know. People say I got a drinking problem. That ain't no reason to stop. People saying that I've hit rock bottom just 'cause I'm living on them rocks. Well, it's a broken-hearted thinking problem. So pull another bottle off that wall. People say I got a drinking problem, but I got no problem drinking it all. They keep on talking, they drawing conclusions. They call it a problem, I call it a solution. Just to keeping all my grand illusions. They call it a problem, I call it a solution. Last call gets later and later. I come in here so I don't have to hate her. The same old folks, same old song, the same old blue neon, that same old buzz. Just because people say I got a drinking problem, that ain't no reason to stop. People saying that I've hit rock bottom just 'cause I'm living on them rocks. Well, it's a broken-hearted thinking problem. So pull another bottle off that wall. People say I got a drinking problem, but I got no problem drinking it all. They keep on talking, they drawing conclusions. They call it a problem, I call it a solution. Just to keeping all my grand illusions. They call it a problem, I call it a solution. Just a solution. Well, it's a broken-hearted thinking problem. So put another bottle off that wall. People say I got a drinking problem, but I got no problem drinking it all. They keep on talking, they drawing conclusions. They call it a problem, I call it a solution. Just to keeping all my grand illusions. They call it a problem, I call it a solution. Thank y'all.
There you go, man.
Got a drinking problem.
No, nobody does.
No.
That's just a problem if you can't get enough of it, is what I'm hearing.
That's right. There's an artist out there. He's doing a new album called Drinking Problems Pearl.
All right.
What's his name again? Anyways, but I like that guy a lot. I gotta think of his name now. Now I'm pissed.
No, that you can't remember the name?
Yeah, the singer. He's got that song called Hot Beer. I'd rather drink a hot beer.
Yeah. Man, now you got me.
Yeah, dude, I love him.
Yeah. What else? Hey, dude, what about places you're playing? Where can people find you?
Well, I'm just starting to play right now, so there's a lot of places that I could play at, but they require like 2 to 3 hour set list.
Oh, sure.
And I don't have that many songs down yet.
Well,
so
yeah, man.
Right now, this hour is probably about my max that I could do. So I got to get to practicing and learn some more cover songs for sure.
Yeah, definitely,
yes,
man.
Yeah,
it's definitely a learning process. How many originals have you written?
Probably like 15.
That's really good, man.
Thank you.
You got to get with Miss Kara and Dwight. They're out there in the crowd. If you haven't met them, they're sitting at that middle table right there, and they actually Kara hosts the Sebby Music Group Songwriters Night here.
Yeah, she did tell me about that. Yes, yeah, I need to get out here.
Yeah,
I wish I wasn't 50 minutes away, man.
No, yeah, but you know, it helps, dude. Like to get like the co-writers involved and
Yeah.
get a different perspective and stuff, man. It was
sure.
something that I fought for a long, long time.
Okay. Yeah. No,
And it
I
really
agree with
helped
that.
out a lot. So, what
Yeah.
you got next for
So
us?
let's see here. Awesome. Awesome. Let's do. I'm gonna do another original. This one's called "Lying Around."
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you.
Yeah.
You know, you see me. I'm solo crew here, right?
Yeah, I do see that.
Yeah, right. So if I get up,
Okay.
just keep playing.
Okay, got it. I see what you're saying. Yes.
Some people stop and they're like, "Huh?
Yeah.
What,
what
am I
do I
supposed
do
to
next?
wait?" Yeah, no, just keep the show must go on.
Keep
please.
on strumming.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
are live. Say hi to everybody at Texas Internet Radio and all those watching live at home on the Sebby TV Network on Facebook, YouTube, and all other streaming platforms.
Hello, everybody. Thank y'all for watching. Paul Wylder. Hope y'all are enjoying. Have a great evening. Here we go. The song's called "Lying Around." People say it has like 3 meanings, but we'll see once y'all hear the song. Sleepless in my sheets again tonight, trying to count my sheep, but it's no dice. Yeah, I know it's all my fault this time. Still I keep on lying to myself, like I do every day. They say I'm lying around, but I'm quick on my feet. When my friends ask me about you, I tell them you're out of town on a business trip, but that you'll be back on the weekend. Yes, I'm lying around. Drinking up to fill my eyes with lies. I tried to get you back, but roll snake eyes. Yeah, this whole town knows that you're gone. Still I keep on drinking all night long and lying every day. They say I'm lying around, but I'm quick on my feet. When my friends ask me about you, I tell them you're out of town on a business trip, but that you'll be back on the weekend. Yes, I'm lying around. Yeah, lie around, then I lie to myself. I lie around, then I lie to myself. I lie around, then I lie to myself. I lie around, then I lie to myself. Been lying to my friends. I lie to myself. Yes, I'm lying around. Thank y'all very much. Thank you. Bo.
Man, you know, I bet you never thought in a million years that you would walk into a Goofy's Bar and Grill to do a radio and TV show and get to watch a cornhole tournament at the same time.
It's the best.
Isn't that cool, man? These guys and girls here, they do a phenomenal job of kicking butt, man, and packing this place up with a bunch of players. And I never knew a whole lot about it. I mean, like my brother likes playing, some of my friends, people like that like to play, but I didn't know a whole lot about how cornhole worked. And I've learned a lot just by watching. This is cool, man. They got this thing set up like a professional arena here with all the cameras and the TV screens and everything. And man, it gets pretty serious when they have like one of those big time tournaments, man. They got all kinds of cool stuff going on. What's up, Bo Porter? This is Bo Porter. Oh yeah. Oh, Bo Porter playing Frogger walking through the cornhole tournament. Look, he didn't get hit in the head. Yeah.
He made it, baby.
I think he's probably played Frogger in worse conditions. So at one point in his life or another, right, Bo? Yeah. I think we all have.
This one looks less risky.
Yeah, oh yeah, man. They'll hurt, man. Some of them guys got rockets over there, man. I mean, they really do. And I'm like, the thing that amazes me about cornhole, I have tried and tried. I cannot perfect my holing.
Yeah.
My holio.
Yeah, your cornholio?
My cornholio is not working properly.
That's awesome.
All right, man. Let's get back into music. I'm gonna let you do like 2 or 3, and then we'll catch back up.
Sounds good, man. Thank you, buddy. All right, let's see what else we got here. Sure. Ooh. All right. We'll do a cover here from one of my favorite outlaw country singers, Creed Fisher, called The Way That I Am. So here we go. I work all day like a dog just to make a dime. What Uncle Sam doesn't take, he gives to my 2 ex-wives. All that I need, small bag of weed and a good friend. Place we can go, the beer is ice cold, the women don't care where you've been. Well, I've been through hell. Well, I've been locked up in jail. Lived out in the cold. I've been drunk, I've been stoned. Going out of my mind. One night stand at a time. Well, I need a lady to hold me long in the morning, 'cause I won't be changing her name the way that I am. This whiskey bottle in my hand, well, it's going. There ain't enough whiskey in this bottle. I'm so bar stool. Ain't a good girl in this world gonna put up the crazy things I do. Well, I've been through hell. Oh, I've been locked up in jail. Lived out in the cold. Oh, I've been drunk, I've been stoned. Going out of my mind. One night stand at a time. Well, I need a lady to hold me as long as she'll leave in the morning, 'cause I won't be changing her name the way that I am.
rehearsing, pretending there'll be some happy ending. 'Cause I won't be changing her name the way that I am. All right. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Little Creed Fisher. All right. All right, this next song I'm gonna do, it's a song I wrote. It's about the COVID times when they were trying to keep everybody locked down. It's got a little rock edge to it. It's also got the Texas Pledge of Allegiance in it as well. See, I wrote this was probably about a year ago. So it's this was called "Come and Take It." So here we go. Every day the world gets a little more crazy. Yes, I keep an open eye on the news. Really pisses me off, 'cause that's a real danger. Got a wife and kids I gotta tend to. Every day the world gets a little more stranger. They say there's Americans that don't love our flag. Really pisses me off, 'cause that's a real danger. You see, I love my country, and I ain't afraid to brag. And with Texas bread, you ain't gonna trade on a life and a liberty. We can hold our own down these back roads like our brothers up in Tennessee. History shows, and the man loves his home, that he's a force to be reckoned with. My family's true to that red, white, and blue, so I got 4 words for you. Come and take it. Come and take it. Everyone keeps saying that there's no worry. Truth be said, I take that with a few grains of salt. 'Cause everywhere you look, it's the same old story. Lawmen are quitting, and thugs are running wild. And with Texas bread, you ain't gonna trade on a life and a liberty. We can hold our own down these back roads like our brothers up in Tennessee. History shows, when a man loves his home, that he's a force to be reckoned with. My family's true to the red, white, and blue, so I got 4 words for you. Come and take it. Yeah, come and take it. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the one state under God, one and indivisible. Yeah, with Texas bread, you ain't gonna trade on a life and a liberty. We can hold her on down these back roads like our brothers up in Tennessee. Yeah, history shows, when a man loves his home, that he's a force to be reckoned with. My family's true to that red, white, and blue. So I got 4 words for you. Come and take it. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. So now it's time to do a happy Purdy song, okay? I got the anger out. Ooh. All right, I'm gonna do a song. It's a song I wrote called Purdy Please. So here we go. Hope everybody's having a nice evening. Nice to be in the air condition, that's for sure. Woo. All right, here we go. Put a smile on my face, make life a better place. You're the reason my sky is blue. You're the wind in my hair, you're the dirt on my trail. I'm only lucky to know you. Girl, when I'm with you, it's like make-believe, like I'm in a dream. You make me wanna never wake up again. And I'm falling faster, a beautiful disaster. Girl, you're coming with me, you know I ain't kidding. You're the one that controls me when I'm feeling crazy. You're so damn amazing. You're the only one that knows me. You're the only one that can show me. Pretty please, won't you own me? You're like glue in my eyes, can't look away when I even try. My day begins and ends with you. You're the stars in the sky, you make my whole world shine. I'm only lucky to know you. Girl, when I'm with you, it's like make-believe, like I'm in a dream. You make me wanna never wake up again. And I'm falling faster, a beautiful disaster. Girl, you're coming with me, you know I ain't kidding. You're the one that controls me when I'm feeling crazy. You're so damn amazing. You're the only one that knows me. You're the only one that can show me. Pretty please, won't you own me? Go. Thank y'all. Thank you. Thank you. Anyone like a George Strait? All right. Let's do some King George. Let's see. All right, here we go. Well, I burn with desire each time my heart fans the fire of that old flame that burns inside of me. She cried when I left her, now I cry to forget her. Oh, how foolish I was to ever want to leave. Nobody in his right mind would have left her. I had to be crazy to say goodbye. Nobody in his right mind would have left her. Even my heart was smart enough to stay behind. I still carry her picture. I wish her well with her new love. I know she's found by now. Each night finds me dreaming. Each day I spend thinking how much I wish that she was still around. Nobody in his right mind would have left her. I had to be crazy to say goodbye. Nobody in his right mind would have left her. Even my heart was smart enough to stay behind. Even my heart was smart enough to stay behind. Well, thank y'all. Thank y'all. Little King George can never go wrong with that. Let's see here.
Like that little rendition there of yours. Yeah.
Like it?
Yeah, man. Good
Thank you,
cover.
Mark.
Yeah, good cover,
Thank
dude.
you, buddy. Thank you.
So just getting started, man. What are the goals? What have you set for yourself? What are you setting out to do? What would you like to do?
What I would like to do is, record an album and basically put it out there. Basically, that'd be my goal. I wish I had more time to do, what all these really hardcore musicians, they're out traveling and they're going all over the place. I would love to do that, but I don't know if I could yet. I might have to wait a bit. But I respect them, man, because they're on the road, they're hitting it hard, they're playing everywhere, and mad respect for all of them. I'm jealous, to be honest. But I would like to, get.
Are you doing the day job thing right now?
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh
yeah. What do you do, man?
I'm in the automobile business. I've been in with the gun automotive group since 2007.
What do you do for them?
Sell cars, basically. So,
Really?
yeah. Been doing it a long time. Been the top salesman at my store for the last 4 years.
No way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I used to sell cars.
No way, buddy. My record is 33 and a half in 1 month.
That's really good, dude.
Yeah.
Hopefully they were used, so you made some money.
Well, we don't work off commission, so we have tier levels. So it doesn't matter.
Bonus structure, yeah. They want volume out of your butt.
Correct, yeah. Which I prefer the used cars, to be honest. They're easier because I work at the Acura dealership. Oh. And the new cars got a lot of electronics on them, so you got to show everyone how to use them.
Yeah, it's a pain in the butt, isn't it?
It's like what you got right there, Yep.
Yeah, and I used to. It was back in the day. I did Mitsubishi's. I ran a Volkswagen and Porsche dealership in Corpus.
No way, that's awesome.
Those were fun cars.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So were those Lancer Evolutions when they came out. Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the? It's called the Red Dragon version.
Yeah.
My boss, he had one. He just sold it about 6 months ago. That thing was nice, bro.
They're beast cars, man.
Oh yeah.
I've seen them smoke some cars they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Just because of the way that they're designed.
Yeah, the all-wheel drive, and then it was stick. I love stick shift.
Yep.
Let me tell you, the funniest stick shift car I ever drove, and I would love to own one, was a Hellcat.
Really?
Oh my gosh, that car was, you could peel out in every gear. every gear.
It's crazy.
I don't know how I found that out, but I did.
I bet I can imagine.
Yeah, and it had a compressor in the back where you could lower the air in the tires for the track, right there and then.
So, in our circle of friends, who have you been blessed to share the stage with thus far in your journey? I know it's pretty new, but
Mostly picker circles. So
perfect.
with Bo Porter, of course, with Chad Boyd, Gareth, Pug Johnson. There's a lot of them, and I'm blessed. Jesse Lee, Kayla Jane, all of them.
All these people I know.
Yeah, they're all awesome, bro. That's why I say I'm the new guy, and they're the ones that are really turning it up, and I have mad respect for everything that they do, man, for sure. Well,
good on you, man, for reaching out and getting up here, and
yeah,
man, that's a good thing, dude. It's the start, man. It gives you a little bit of experience on doing this type of thing, and the next time you do it. If you do it at a more traditional, like a terrestrial radio station, you have to watch your P's and Q's,
That's right.
You can't say certain things or do certain things, But this is a little bit more freeform. It's a great launching pad, as I like to call it, and a learning ground for newer artists to come out and get an opportunity to get exposed to radio or television. Or the traditional means, and it's just really hard to get a break like that, and get any kind of exposure. I hate that word.
Yeah, but I really appreciate.
I need to re-up on my exposure bucks. I'm low on exposure bucks. You know where I can get some.
Well, I really appreciate you having me.
Yeah, man,
Mark.
absolutely. You came recommended, so I was like, you know what? When we first started this, I was really, really strict. If you didn't have a current single out to radio, blah 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 blah, And that's all fine and dandy, but it's hard to get those artists, man. On Sunday, they're ready to go home. Mm-hmm. They've been playing all weekend, and if they're not immediately in your area and a friend of yours, most of them are going to turn you down.
Yep.
So they can go catch that last bit of the football game or go hug their wife and their kids before they got to go restart their week.
Yep, get back after it, man.
And having been on the road myself too, I can appreciate and respect that.
Yep, same here, man. Same here. And I'm meeting, like I said, lots of great people. I'm loving it. All right.
Well, let's get back into the music. You got about time to do, I think. Let's try to squeeze in 3. We'll see where we're at.
Okay. Let's go. Let's see.
I think that's going to be right
Free
there.
bird. All right. Let's see what we got here. All right. Let's do a fun one. It's got a cuss word in it.
We're not scared of those here.
The song's called Batshit Crazy Head Over Heels. Here we go. I wrote it.
Mama never told me I'd make someone like you. She said, take your time, boy, make sure that love is true. Now I'm sitting here not sure what I'm gonna do, 'cause everything that mama taught me's flying out that window. Go look what you done to me. I'm batshit crazy, head over heels for you, girl. The first time I ever saw you, I couldn't move. I thought, take your time, boy, make sure that love is true. Now I'm sitting here not sure what I'm gonna do, 'cause everything that mama taught me's flying out that window. Look what you done to me. I'm batshit crazy, head over heels for you, girl. The way you took my heart from me makes a man just ask himself, was I too easy? Just can't get you off my mind. I'm addicted to your sugar lips. Yeah, I'm a slave to your smile. Girl, look what you done on me. I'm batshit crazy, head over heels for you, girl. I'm batshit crazy, head over heels for you, girl. I'm batshit crazy, head over heels for you, girl. There you go. That.
Yeah, man. You know what happens
Thank y'all.
when you get batshit crazy, head over heels for them, right?
Yeah. What's that?
They run. I wrote a song about it called "Run to Me."
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Check
right.
that out on Spotify, man.
Nice.
Yeah. No,
That's
seriously,
Okay.
they'll run away from you.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
when you get you got to make them think that you don't care, dude. They like that. They like the chase, man. You know this, dude.
That's true. Yeah.
You a true player for real.
Like, just like
Selling them cars.
no.
That's not all you sell.
That's awesome.
The question is, you know,
Sell
it's
yourself.
just like at the meat market. Is that by the inch or by the pound now?
Gotta sell yourself, baby. That's for sure. All right. Let's do. What do we got? One more? One, maybe two?
Yeah, actually, squeeze in one more, and I think we're good right there, and that'll give us time to get Bo sound checked and ready to rock and roll. And
right.
yeah.
I'm going to drop
Oh,
D.
here's a good lesson, which I bet you already caught. So you see the youngsters walking in right there, and now your show goes PG.
Oh yeah, there you go. Exactly. That's right.
Always family friendly, even if they tell you it's okay. Yeah.
So on that song, if that was hey, I
Just a little
changed
tip.
it to bat spit.
Yeah, bat spit
Yeah,
or guarana or whatever you could throw.
Guano.
Yeah, guano, whatever they call that crap. I mean, it's like, you know, if you wanted to do their game that they do at these here bars called chicken poop bingo.
Chicken poop bingo. Never heard of that one.
Chicken excrement bingo.
All right, we're going drop D on this one.
Drop D.
Drop D.
What a perfect timing, though. Was that a coincidence, or did you plan that to drop the D right there?
D's. Here we go. All right, this is a song I wrote called "Old Gray Logs." Just about an old gray log that I like to come home to every day and sit on and chill, basically. So. Low gray log, you are my friend. Resting there till my day will end. Sipping on moonshine, then it's off to bed. Tasting that sweet wine, it goes to my head. Low gray long, you are my friend. You never let me down. You never let me pretend. Yeah. Low gray log, you don't pretend. Resting there till my day will end. Sipping on moonshine, then it's
gets off to bed, sipping on sweet wine, goes to my head, 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 head. Look at long, you are my friend. You never let me down. You never let me pretend. Yeah. Look great long, won't you lend yourself to me? Look great long, I'm in need of you, you say.
Well, y'all give it up for Mr. Paul Wylder.
Thank y'all, thank y'all. Thank y'all for listening.
Make sure to go find him on Facebook. Spell that last name because it'll throw him for a loop if they don't.
W-Y. It's
There you
Wylder
go.
with a Y.
There you
W-Y.
go. He's wilder than you know.
And
That's for dang sure.
and they
That's
ask
at least
why.
that's the room. That's what the rumors are saying. Hey man, keep trucking and keep doing what you do. And I'm trying to remember where I heard that song before. If I saw you in at the tail end of a performance, maybe with one of those songwriter things or whatever.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure I've heard you sing that. Now I'm remembering, and I probably just didn't put two and two together, man. I was like, heck yeah, I've heard that song before.
Yeah, someone told me it reminded them of an Alice in Chains song.
Well, you know what I was just fixing to say? I heard Stone Temple Pilots in that, and I can hear Alice in Chains in that, but I heard Days of the New too.
Oh,
a little influence from them.
Days of the New.
Yeah,
baby.
man, there's a little bit of that, but I could definitely tell that you were on or about the same area of birth and life that I was.
Yep, that's about right.
Because
Yep.
that's what same stuff I grew up listening
74, buddy.
to. 76, man.
Woo, there you go.
You look better than me. How you get me by a couple of years there, man?
No.
You've been taking your vitamins?
That oil of Olay, buddy.
Oil of Olay. Yeah, man. So good for the skin. Yeah. Well, I want to thank you for coming on out. Hey, y'all hang tight. We're going to make that transition, get Mr. Bo Porter ready to rock
All right, Bo.
and roll.
Thank you, Mark.
In two shakes of a lamb's tail. We will be right back with you. Thank you, Paul.
Yeah, I'm drunk enough not to give a damn what you think about me, 'cause I'm on the run. I'm out of time. And if I was sober, I'd be out of my mind. 'Cause I'm on the run. I'm out of time. And if I was sober, I'd be out of my mind. 'Cause I'm out of time. I should probably be doing something to get you back. 'Cause I know tomorrow I'll be missing everything we had. Nothing's written in stone when my better half is gone. Your memories aren't fading fast, and that lets me know what we had would never last. 'Cause I'm on the run, I'm out of time, and if I was sober, I'd be out of my mind. Yeah, I'm on the run, I'm out of time, and if I was sober, I'd be out of my mind. 'Cause I'm out of time. I wish I could bring you back in to my arms and hold you till the sun comes up in the early morning. But I'm out of time, baby. Yeah, I'm out of love, darling. I miss you so much. 'Cause I'm on the run, I'm out of time, and if I was sober, I'd be out of my goddamn mind. 'Cause I'm on the run, I'm out of time, and if I was sober, I'd be out of my mind. Yeah, I'm out of time, but I'm out of time.
Spend my last dime on a mixed drink. I'm flying off the cocaine. And I ain't got a rubber, so probably shouldn't fuck her, but I do it anyway. I'm off the deep end. I ain't no sense sleeping with these girls. Yeah, I've been keeping up with the demons of this world. Yeah, I'm off the deep end. Woke up on a ragged out couch, God knows what's her name. Took the last $20 out of pocketbook with a drug addiction to blame. I ain't called mama in 6 damn months. I've been on the road. I ain't seen a Sunday service since I've been gone. Jesus save my soul. Oh, Jesus save my soul. I'm off the deep end. Ain't no sense sleeping with these girls. Yeah, I've been keeping up with the demons of this world. Yeah, I'm off the deep end. Yeah, I'm off the deep end. I'm off the deep end. Ain't no sense sleeping with these girls. Yeah, I've been keeping up with the demons of this world. Yeah, I'm off the deep end, deep end. Yeah, I'm off the deep end. I'm off the deep end, deep end. change your ways just a little too late. Now this love I had for you just ain't the same. Held on longer and knew what was good for me. Try to stick it through and make you see. And roll down the road for you. Nothing you can say, nothing you can do. Make me change my mind and won't stay. Breaks my heart to walk away, but you change your ways just a little too late. Just a little too late. Tried to tell myself that you were coming back so many times before when we were right back. Now these empty walls keep telling me one thing. The words you said on the day you drove away. Now I'm down the road for you. Nothing you can say, nothing you can do. Make me change my mind and won't stay. Breaks my heart to walk away, but you change your ways just a little too late. Just a little too late. Just a little too late.
Raul Porter in the house.
Nothing you can say, nothing you can do. Make me change my mind and won't stay. It breaks my heart to walk away, but you change your ways just a little too late. Just a little too late. Just a little too late.
Mexican lettuce. While we're at it, let's play that new Zach Talbert song coming out on the 30th while we're letting Mr. Bo get his tuning on. Here's Zach Talbert's Tag Along, be his next radio single.
I don't see no point in trying. If I said I love you, I'd be lying. You're the kind who lets her mind go with the wind. I've been there, baby, I ain't going back again. I tried a little bit of that soul searching. Seems to me that it's been working. I found solid ground, a place where I can stand, and it feels so good to be on my feet again. I'm doing fine by myself. You can tag along, or you can go to hell. 'Cause I'm doing fine fine by myself. Too late to tag along. Yeah, but you can go to hell. This won't be my last confession. Had to get burned for me to learn my lesson. I was the kind to let my mind go with the wind. Said I've been there, brother, I ain't going back again. I tried a little bit of that soul searching. It seems to me that it's been working. Now I found solid ground and the world is in my hands. Lord, it feels so good to be on my own feet again. And I'm doing fine by myself. You can tag along or you can go to hell. 'Cause I'm doing fine by myself. Too late to tag along. Yeah, but you can go to hell. I don't see no point in trying.
Yeah, well, sometimes that happens right there. Mr. Bo Porter, what in the world are you doing, my friend? How in the world are you? Oh, you can't hear yourself, man. It helps. It helps when you're host with the least that turns you on, right?
Hello?
Hello.
Is this thing on? Check.
Chickadee chicken horn tea.
No, I'm just over here jamming out with Zach.
Yeah, man.
Good album, and that, I'm sure that's him playing guitar.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I got to tell you something about Zach.
Sure.
We played a show together, a little song swap thing at the Grapevine in Green. It was on 4th of July a year ago, and he did oh Lord, I'm old. I forget these names. Jason Isabel.
Yeah, Jason Isabel. Yeah.
He did a Jason Isabel song called "Dress Blues."
Mm-hmm.
You know the song?
Mm-hmm. He does a fantastic job.
He does a great job of it. And what got me, I'm a patriotic soul. I love my country, and I love our service folks, all of them. And there's a great big Marine, older dude, retired, never former, but retired, and a big Marine there, and another little guy behind him who was a Marine and is a Marine, and he was a medic. And then there was this old dude over to the side who was in Vietnam. When he played that song, all three of those beautiful men were in tears. And Zach did such an incredible job of that song.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, Jason Isabel, and thanks, Zach. That was great. Great thing.
I've had the pleasure of working with him for a little while, and then we pulled him for the first radio release. Just went recurrent about 3 weeks ago, and that was "What's Come Over Me." That was the first one that we did off of that album, and then now we have Tag Along dropping on the 30th. So
yeah, I'm really bad about. I don't listen to music that much unless I'm looking to learn it.
Yep.
Or I'm writing it.
Exactly. Well, but you've been doing this. You've been kicking around the block for longer than a decade or two. You know what I mean? And it's not around the block, man. This guy has traveled the world, but you get to do some of the things that I wish I would have taken at least one European tour when I was touring, and I had the opportunity and I turned it down.
I've had so many great opportunities in my life with music. I didn't say they made me a lot of money. But I said they made me a richer man, and my grandchildren sitting around my feet. Papa, one time we were over in France when I was hanging out with, that kind. And by the way, see, today is Sunday, so yesterday, Asleep at the Wheel, my friend Ray Benson, they played the Interlochen Truck Festival, and I was talking to Floyd Domino back and forth on Messenger there, and so those Swiss, they got a good show. I'll tell you that.
Well, I'm looking forward. There's a lot of really good music going around right now. There's a lot of emerging artists in our scene here in Texas that are coming out that are great, like Zach and a few others that are blurring those lines of the genres and crossing them together.
Yeah, you know, it's funny you say that because I told you we were over there. Some of us hairy-legged musicians were up there on my property building that shade, that lean-to against my fifth wheel, and they were playing music on their radio. I was the old dude there, and but they're playing some great stuff. But I'm probably saying the names wrong, but like what's that guy's name? Coulter.
Not Coulter Wall.
Yeah, Coulter
Really?
Wall. Names like that, and they have such an old voice about them, you know,
like an old soul, like like we talk about, but
when
in
you
their
listen,
in their style, right?
when you hear that gravelly sound from their voice, it's like that old Appalachian sound.
Yes, sir.
And trust me, I know it. I grew up in that and worked at Dollywood and Opryland and lived around East Tennessee where they say you'ns, us'uns, we'uns, and they'uns. They do.
You got to watch out for them theyuns.
Yeah. You know, the funniest one ever, Mark, was I was seeing a little girl, and she was over on Petunia Lane in Newport, Tennessee.
Petunia.
And I went over, and I was having some problems with my car. It was overheating, and I walked up to these fellers on the front porch, and I said, y'all got an Advance or O'Reilly's or a Napa or something like that around here? He says, what you need? I said, I need some car parts, you know, a parts store. I don't know about nothing to them, but I will tell you this, there's an NAPA up the street.
That a good old NAPA will get you taken care of right there, man. Dan over there at that NAPA.
The NAPA. So
well, at least, you got to watch out for them they-in-laws.
yeah, but boy, they can make some really good liquor.
I bet.
Yeah.
That Tennessee moonshine.
Yep.
Yeah. What flavor did you get, or did you have just the regular white
I
light?
had, you know, a little unknown fact about Bo Porter, and you can look this up, I guess, if you can. There's a police record, if it's not overdue. But my grandfather, Henry Porter, in Niceville, Florida, he was actually over in Zephyr Hills, Florida. But my grandfather was a moonshiner. That's how.
No joke.
Yep. And he finally got caught. And when he got caught, the judge said, Henry, he goes, I know you. He goes, and you don't have a nice house. You don't have a nice car. Your children don't have good clothes or shoes. He goes, but I do know you've been paying the grocery bills of half this county. And he goes, so you've not been using your money for, you know, selfish reasons. He goes, so I can't give you the 20 years. And so they let him go on a, I think it was called, back then they called it a 20-year probation with a 5-year judgment.
Wow.
And so then he started to make one more batch. The man offered him, instead of $1 a gallon, $4 a gallon.
Oh, yeah?
And my grandma told him, she said, if you make one drop of that liquor and drink one drop of that liquor, I'll chop it up in a million pieces. He come in drunk one night. That was it. He was out of the moonshine business.
I bet he was.
Oh, yeah.
But Mama ain't happy. Ain't no one happy.
No, we called her Mamo. She was something else.
I bet she was.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you ain't wrote a song about her.
Yeah, well, you know, when you tell folks you're from Northwest Florida on the Alabama state line and you're Gulf Coast kid, well, you're not country. We're as redneck as you get, folks.
Really? You know, admittingly, you know, I met a long time ago.
Yeah.
And when we first met and someone told me, you ever heard Bo Porter? I was like, who's that? You know?
Yeah.
You know how it is, man. There's so many people. It's like, no, who is that?
Oh, yeah.
And then I started listening to your music, and I was like, oh, shit.
Well, thanks. I appreciate that.
And I was like, why haven't I? And this is the thing that just gets me, Bo. there are so many talented artists out there, man. That just
Oh yeah, one of my favorites right
they're
now.
hidden treasures.
One of my favorites right now locally, and it's not just her music; it's her heart and just her personality. Is Andy Holloman.
Yeah, man, she is fantastic.
She is awesome,
Yeah.
and I just love her to death. She's just a sweet person. Kayla Jane.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I knew all
Kayla's
these-
come a long way, man.
I remember these kids when they were just learning how to play the guitar. They didn't even own a guitar.
Right? They
And,
they borrow Uncle Bo's.
And they'd come over to, back then they had Riley's on the Backbone Resurrected. And I was doing the Picker Circle and Gareth Fowler and all of them. And now look at them. They are all doing so great.
Yep.
And I'm like a proud papa. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Well, I mean, you and David Lee helped that. I can speak on that for Gareth because he, did the songwriters group with us for
Yeah.
quite some time. I don't know if he's still attending or not, but I know he's gotten a lot busier with his touring and whatnot. or
He got a
performing.
girlfriend.
Oh, there's what it is. I'm gonna call
I
it.
can-
Now I'm gonna call
I can
it.
say it because he put it on Facebook the other day.
Oh, man.
Gareth,
Gareth,
got him a
if
little
you're-
honey.
Listen, Gareth, if you're watching, man,
Well,
or
by-
if you're watching, you can see me shaking my head.
By the way, Wednesday, I'm honored to get to cover for David Lee at the Screaming Goat for the
Nice.
Songwriters
Yeah.
Night there.
How's he healing up? Is everything
He
doing all
doing-
right?
Why, hell, I don't know. He don't answer his phone.
Yeah.
If you want to,
Well, that didn't change.
no, if you want to talk to David, you have to call Amy. And but-
Either that or show up at wherever he's at.
yeah,
find
but
him.
no, he's doing good. I saw him on a picture picking tomatoes or berries or something the other day. So he's healing up. He don't want to talk to me though, because I'm going to shame him because he fell down on a moped.
It's fun to ride around till your parents catch you on it.
But I will give you this. Me and David are the same age. I'll be 58 on Tuesday. Me and David are the same age. But he fell
happy
down.
early birthday.
Thank you so much. David fell down on a moped, but I had a moose doing on a motorcycle doing 60 in Alaska. But then again, I was 20 years old. Yeah, I hit a moose, lady. I did. And it hurt. I broke 8 ribs in the front, 4 in the back, punctured lung, lacerated liver, busted spleen. And so me and when I see David, I got to give him hell. And by the way, the next time, probably Tuesday, I'll bring this out, or Wednesday. Me and David,
After your birthday. Right?
yeah, when I'm covering for David, I'll probably cover this song. Me and David just got through writing a song together.
Are you gonna play for us?
Not
No?
tonight.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
working. I got to get my bibbity bobbity boo.
No,
about
you're
it.
good. You're good.
So
I just
I might play you the chorus. That's about it.
A little sneak
Yeah, a little
peek.
sneak peek.
Yeah.
But,
Or listen, as it were.
by the way, I want to thank my friend for being here, Kyle and Morgan and Janelle and Christy.
Yeah. Thank y'all for
and
coming out.
Matthew. And
Welcome.
I'm not mentioning you. I will not, because the world will blow up.
Oh,
That's
no.
it. That little turd back there is something else to tell you
Oh,
what.
really?
He's going to end up as like ruling the world or in jail. One of the two.
You already comment.
That's it. I'm just leaving it alone.
Y'all,
way I-
y'all didn't know Miss Cleo or Mr. Bo is in the house tonight.
I love them. And by the way, Matthew there, his birthday is tomorrow.
Happy birthday to you, sir.
Yeah, that's my buddy right there. How old
21,
you be,
right?
Matthew?
Right, Mom and Dad, 21?
How old? 14.
Going on 21.
Yep.
I remember
But
when I was 14, I couldn't wait to grow up.
No, I love that kid to death. He's just a wonderful person. And he actually requested a song.
Okay, cool. Well, why don't you play that one?
Let's see if I can remember it.
Give me just a second. I might need to turn that get fiddle on for you.
No, you wanted that one, didn't you? The Mexican lettuce.
That's my favorite song.
So this is for Matthew.
All right, man.
Mexican lettuce make me feel so fine. I like it with a little sangria wine. Keep your tequila, whiskey too. Mexican lettuce, I love you. I twisted up a fatty just the other day. In no time at all, I was miles away, drifting along over some little place. I think it was New Braunfels with a smile on my face. Mexican lettuce make me feel so fine, like it with a little sangria wine. Keep your tequila, whiskey too. Mexican lettuce, I love you. Mexican lettuce ain't real hard to find. I usually get it from a good friend of mine. But if you're making a trip to the Mexican border, would you mind picking up a little something I ordered now? Mexican lettuce make me feel so fine, like it with a little sangria wine. Keep your tequila, whiskey too. Mexican lettuce, I love you. I found a little piece in some cellophane. Had no way to smoke it, man, that was lame. Wanted this little piece of bud in my hand, so I did it and poked a hole in the can. Mexican lettuce made me feel so fine, like it with a little sangria wine. Keep your tequila, whiskey too. Mexican lettuce, I love you. Oh, Mexican lettuce, I love you. It never hurt nobody.
I'm just saying, man, make sure you throw a shout out to your Mexican lettuce purveyor
Yes.
out there, and make sure you support them, and make sure you eat your daily serving of Mexican lettuce every day.
Yes. Well, Augie Myers he's already cut one of my songs, and he told me that him and Flacco were going to cut Mexican lettuce. So I dare you, go ahead.
That would be cool, man. That would be cool. Definitely, yeah. It's got to be classically my favorite song.
Oh
yours,
yeah,
you know.
I love that song. My mom was a little ashamed of it at first, but
it grew on her.
It did. Now she's starting. My mom go to church every Sunday and all. We kept mom aches, pains, all this CBD. My mom got her medical marijuana card.
Good for her.
And she is using it for her neck and her joints, and not those kind of joints, but you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, the other kind of joints. And but she says, I just talked to her today. She said, I feel so much better when I go through pain. I put it on my hands and my neck, and arthritis feels so much better. So go do it.
Well, what have you been up to? I mean, like we get to talk every now and again and catch up. Now, I knew you were doing that lean-to on the RV, and sorry I couldn't help you find somebody to do that.
Sorry, no. I always call Kyle.
There you go.
And then if Kyle don't answer, I call Morgan, and Morgan tells me to call Kyle, and then Kyle said, "Did you call Morgan?" I'm like, "Yeah."
And they're both really
they're
texting.
really busy.
Yeah, they're texting each other behind your back. Probably.
I got to tell you, I got out here 2 years ago. And Christine, Kyle, they were so kind. I was supposed to be here for a few months on their property in my RV, and it lasted a year or more. And they were just as they still are so sweet and kind to me. And through them, I got to meet Morgan and Janelle and the whole bunch. And I've got a family here in Canyon Lake now, and I think we're going to roof Kyle's house. Save you some money.
Yeah, man. You know what? And in these times, man, any pennies you can save sure do go a long way.
Well, just help your friends and your neighbors and stuff, and I appreciate the help they've given me, and I don't want something for nothing. If I got it, I'll give it. But if I don't, thanks for the help. I appreciate it. And we were talking about James. I don't know James's last name. You do. That plays with Drew. The guitar player,
McDonald.
He came over, and Gareth Fowler and Leon Rose. What was that? Saturday. They came over and we finished up the lean-to, and I came right here to Goofy's and bought them lunch, and they said, "That's cool. That's friends."
Yeah, man. Yeah, and good on you, man, for doing something in return for it. I mean, that's That's kind of what makes the. I mean, it doesn't always have to be a certain monetary value. I know I do.
Yeah,
a
it
lot
does,
of
but you know, there's
bartering,
people who just need help that don't have the money to
and
pay it
sometimes
out.
you do it.
Just go do it.
That's it, man. Don't even
You
think
know?
about it.
Yeah.
It comes back. It comes back, and it's the right thing to do, right?
Yeah, Canyon Lake's a good community. I really like it. And I got to give a shout out here. And I know I'm not being done any favors, being paid for this or nothing. But Deborah over at Rock Bottom Auto,
Yeah.
she's got that everything Canyon Lake.
Everything Canyon
She
Lake.
does so much for this community.
Yep, she really does.
And you want to find something out, look there. She's great.
Oh, Debbie England, he speaks of.
Yeah.
She is like the official, unofficial ambassador of Canyon Lake.
Definitely. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
The official, unofficial.
Yeah.
But I'd just say official. I mean, like everybody knows. Anybody that knows, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
pretty
it.
much. And
Call Mama Debbie.
she's been good to me and she's been good to a lot of folks. So go see Rock Bottom.
That's it. That's it right there.
Rock Bottom Auto.
I think they might have fixed his vehicle and gave him a really good deal because Rock Bottom Auto, right there, going on towards Starksville off of 2673. Just look
Yep.
for the sign.
That's it.
It's on the right hand side of the road if you're coming from Whitewater.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
We need to make a
Yeah.
commercial. You ought to do a commercial for him, and I'll play it on the radio station.
You know what I really want to do with the rest of my life?
What's that?
I still want to play music, but I want to be on radio. I want to do radio.
Well, come on. You know a guy. Come on.
I want to do commercials, voiceovers, that kind of thing.
Dude, I've got
I wanna do it
tons
all.
of work for you.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm in it to win it.
Tons. And
I'd love to do that.
And you know a guy, and you can get plenty of practice, and we'll listen to it, and we'll get feedback on it.
Yeah.
Blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah.
There's a place over in Austin. It's called Tequila Mockingbird. Have you ever heard of that? Tequila.
Yes.
Yeah. And they do some great voiceovers. I actually did a voice, or I also write jingles. And I wrote a jingle in Alaska, and we had a bear, a polar bear at the zoo. His name was Binky the polar bear. Sorry?
You said, go Binky.
Binky, he was great. But this dumbass tourist from Australia came over, crossed over 2 or 3 barriers to get closer to take a picture. I mean, a polar bear can move like a cat. And had her by the leg, you can look it up,
When bears strike.
and drug her through the bars. And we had actually T-shirts in Alaska that had the picture of Binky with a New Balance tennis shoe in his mouth. Because she was a dumbass, you know, and
Were these like merchandise tour shirts?
oh yeah, they were
Nice.
sold all over
I
Anchorage.
bet they sold out.
Oh yeah, and so they put Binky down. They killed Binky because they said he had a taste for human blood. He's behind bars. He did not go to a human. The human went to him. But anyhow, they did that. The children in schools were crying about it. Well, these 2 ladies went out to Seward, Alaska, and they started. I used to be in the coffee industry, selling and repairing espresso machines, and they started a place called Binky's Den, and it was a coffee shop bakery. And they contacted me, and they said, "We also understand that you don't just fix machines, but you're a musician and a songwriter." I said, "Yes. We would like you to write a jingle for Binky's Den." Well, I knew the story. And so I wrote this song, little beatnik thing. My name is Binky, I'm a polar bear. I used to live in Anchorage, it was a zoo in there. So I moved to Seward, and just for grins, I opened up a coffee shop called Binky's Den. Binky's Den in Seward, Alaska. A Binky's Den, should anyone ask you where to go for a good cup of joe, I tell them Binky's Den, yes, in the morning, Binky's. I want
Nice, man.
I won an award for that.
All right, so we're going to put Bo to work at Texas Internet Radio, and those of y'all listening, you just heard that. You're gonna.
I write commercials.
Yeah, well, we'll do that too, man. I got a bunch of them, man, and I'm tired of hearing my voice.
I'm still wanting to do a commercial for an adult toy store.
Yes, I have a client for you.
Cool.
Yes, we will talk about that.
All right, Coulter, I'm doing this song for you, all right? That's the guy I said I wasn't going to mention his name. That kid's trouble. Nothing but trouble. I wrote this song when I was living in Nashville. And my neighbor, Cam King, who wrote stuff for Lone Star, some hit songs for Lone Star, the band, and he also had a song on Garth Brooks' Christmas album. He was my neighbor. We saw each other's front door every morning. He lives over in Fredericksburg now. And I brought him this song. I was playing at a place called The Broken Spoke on Trinity Lane in Nashville, Tennessee. And the story unfolded in front of me, and I hope I remember the story. That's all I've got to say about that. But we wrote this song, and we got the American Public Radio Network Country Song of the Year with this. And it didn't pay a dime. Well, he was perched up on his bar stool with a... See, there we go. I'll get this right in a minute. It's been like 10 years since I sang the damn thing. He was perched up on his bar stool like a big old bird-fed cat, wearing brand new ropers and a wide-brim cowboy hat. I walked right up and said, I hear you been sporting my gal. No one gets away with stomping around in my corral. He got up from his bar stool, slowly turned around. I swear that he got bigger by at least 100 pounds. He said, my friend, I don't believe that we've been introduced. As far as your corral goes, now your mare's been running loose. Oh, now your mare's been running loose. She's been busting down her stall, been hanging out in beer joints down at Old Green Hall. If you don't stay in the saddle, if you don't do right at home, then cowboy, you'll walk off into the sunset alone. His words dug in like a rusty spurs. I threw my hat aside. He stood his ground. I hunkered down and I got ready for the ride. Someone unplugged the jukebox. The crowd prepared for war. That's when I heard two pair of boots come walking through the door. A familiar scent of perfume came and took me by surprise. I turned and saw my gal with another cowboy at her side. The big man dusted off my hat, brought us both around. Now I'm giving to you cowboys the same advice I found. If your mare starts running loose, she starts busting down her stall, starts hanging out in beer joints down at Old Green Hall. If you don't stay in the saddle, if you don't do right at home, then cowboy, you walk off into the sunset alone. Oh, then cowboy, you walk off into the sunset alone. Gotta treat them right, fellers. Well, Mark's not here, so I get the whole place to myself. I can ruin him in 2 minutes. Watch this. No. Mark Sebby does a lot for this community as well. He's a good dude and promotes music around here, and we appreciate him a bunch. And Dwight's here. Still good to see you. And you're here. I see you over there. I always see you at the bank. That's where me and you run each other. But did y'all hear about that family that had twin boys? And one was an optimist and the other one was a complete pessimist. So they took him to a psychiatrist. When they got him over there, the guy said, all right, we'll come back in a week and I'm going to set up something and we're going to take care of this. So a week later, they come back and they brought the little pessimist boy into a room that was full of toys, just full of toys, brand new toys. They said, all of this is yours. They took the little pessimist boy over here. They stuck him outside in a field, had a big old pile of horse poop. And so they just left him be. A couple hours later, come back to the little optimist boy, a little pessimist boy, and they had all those toys. And he's over there crying. They said, why are you crying? He said, because I know one day someone's going to come in here and just take them all away from me. I just know they are. They went over to the little optimist boy, and he's right in the middle of that horse poop, just digging a hole right in the middle of it. They said, what are you doing? He goes, well, this isn't much horse shit. There's got to be a damn pony in here somewhere. It's all how you look at things, folks. Security, they're rushing the stage. Yes, what would you like, sir? Okay, you tell your dad, I'll do it for a beer. All right, I'll play this one because it was requested. I wrote this song, and this is the song that Augie cut. And man, I would love to hear Willie Nelson sing this song. Not because it's Willie Nelson, it'd probably make a lot of money, but his voice on this song. I just think it would be awesome. This goes out to anyone who's lost your mama. Mama came to Texas to visit me last night. She looked like she did when I was a kid. Her eyes so big and bright. No, she wasn't in no pain. She was as peaceful as could be. Said she came to Texas just to visit me. She said, I do as I please. I visit friends in their dreams. Spoke of where she lives and the peaceful flowing streams. Said she even saw a lion lay down with a lamb. She said, I miss you every day, but I'm happy where I am. She said, remember those river boats? I always wanted to ride. Do it all the time now. For miles and miles and miles. I took one down the Mississippi and into New Orleans. Then I caught a train to Texas. See you in your dreams. She said, I don't miss life on earth much, but I do miss you. You don't have to say it. I know you miss me too. We'll be together again one day when the good Lord says it's time. Till that day, just keep me in your heart and on your mind. Mama came to Texas to visit me last night. Looked like she did when I was a kid. Her eyes so big and bright. No, she wasn't in no pain. She was as peaceful as could be. Said she came to Texas just to visit me. No, she wasn't in no pain. She was as peaceful as could be. Said she came to Texas just to visit me. Yeah, it goes out to all the you folks that's lost your mama. Still got mine, thank God. Yeah, I probably shouldn't tell this story, but I'm gonna.
You absolutely should.
You know, over here at Devil's Backbone, today they had a big wing ding, and
Is that what they call them these days? Wing dings?
yeah, and wang dang doodle.
Wang dang doodle.
Yeah, and Jack Ingram was over there. Okay, and I just find this funny, and I have nothing to lose, so I'm telling the story. So I was honored. You have to submit your material, and I don't normally get into this kind of stuff, but I wanted to meet Radney Foster, one of my all-time favorites. And I didn't know how to meet him, and he was going to be one of the people, part of the, what do they call it, the Texas Songwriters University. And him and Jack Ingram together. And so I submitted my material for the Texas Songwriters, whatever, university. And I got chosen out of 8 writers in Texas and was very honored to be there. I'm like, wow, I get to meet Radney Foster. And it's not just Radney Foster, it's Foster and Lloyd.
Right.
You know, one of my favorite songs is When the Fat Lady Sings. Have you ever heard that?
Yeah.
It's hilarious. I just love that song. So I'm an old fan. So I get there, and they're critiquing everyone, and during the session. But we had a little time the first night where we kind of debuted ourselves on stage, and half the crowd's leaving. All right, so bye. Where's my dinner? Did you leave my dinner? Oh, it's a patty. Okay. They brought me snapper, red snapper.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Man, you must really impress people everywhere you go.
I told you I got folks that love me, and I love them back.
Man,
y'all
dude.
take care now.
I
God bless.
I might have to get some lessons from you. I must be doing things wrong over here.
Bye-bye.
He's getting snapper.
Love
Mexican
you too,
lettuce
Janelle.
delivered to his house and snapper. There you go. I'd vote that. I'd vote that quickly.
So anyhow, so here we are, and I was debuting my stuff, and I played a song that I wrote, and I actually got a standing ovation from Radney Foster.
What an honor.
That was awesome. That was great. And he had just walked in a room, sat down, and then stood up and like, yes, that's a great song. He was very nice to me. But the problem was Jack. And out of all of them, I ended up falling in love with Jack Ingram. He is a wonderful, funny dude. He is charismatic as they come.
I have not had the pleasure of meeting him.
And he was like the antagonist in the room between him and Radney Foster on that. And anytime that Radney would say something derogatory towards somebody's lyrics, of course, he would come back on the opposite and just fighting back and forth. But my favorite part was when I sang Mama Came to Texas. And Radney told me, in using the language of Nashville, he goes, the only thing I don't like about the song is you lost an opportunity to, when you said, remember those river boats? I always wanted to ride. I do it all the time now for miles and miles and miles. The miles and miles and miles, you missed an opportunity to put furniture in the room. That's what they say in Nashville. When you're writing a song, it's like decorating a room.
Yep.
And Jack stood up and he goes, you dumbass. You don't get it? Miles and miles and miles. Have you ever heard the song, I saw miles and miles of Texas? He goes, the song's about Texas. And after that, Radney Foster would never talk to me again.
Oh, and that's like a wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, but Jack was funny. He was great. I haven't made any money off any of it, but so I have nothing to lose, really, But Radney Foster, I'm still a huge fan. Jack Ingram, a big fan. I appreciate it. But I I got caught in the middle between two things, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
That happens in life quite a bit.
I hate it when mommy and daddy fight.
Yeah. We all do. They need to just kiss and make up and be good parents.
I'm going to play you a song that I did not write. I played this back years ago in Nashville when I was there, getting paid hardly nothing. And the lady who wrote it came over and very sweetly said, I can't believe you played my song. And you remember to give me credit as a writer. That's something the radio needs to do today. And you got your 800 channels on your cable, and they can tell you what color socks that so-and-so wore when they recorded it, but they don't tell you who wrote the damn song.
Amen, brother.
So we need to remember the songwriters. But this is a Merle Haggard song, everyone would say, but no, Leona Williams. She wrote it. And she came over to the stage in Nashville and thanked me. And then years ago, I was playing at I was there for the Ameripolitan Awards. And she was right behind me, and I didn't know it. And when we went to all file out to leave, she said, you're that young man. I was not a young man now, but she remembered me all those years later because you sang my song and gave me credit. Songwriters just, come on. There's so many songs that we say Merle Haggard, but Freddie Powers wrote.
Right.
And Freddie was a dear friend of mine.
I never, man, even growing up, I didn't realize how many of my favorite artists did not write any of their own songs.
Oh, yeah. There's one song, and I'm going to say it, and I am the biggest Merle Haggard fan in the world. He signed my guitar, everything. Lefty Frizzell wrote it, from what I understand, and he sang it. And then Merle did it, and then Johnny Rodriguez did it. I've been throwing horseshoes over the best version of that is Keith Whitley.
You know what? I think you're right.
God dang it, that's some good stuff. I'm loving it. But this is a Leona Williams song by way of Merle Haggard. Let's see if I can get this right. I played last night at Hondo's, and Chris Krebs and Marvin Dykehouse with me, and I sang it backwards. My legs and my feet have walked till they can't hardly move, for trying to please you. My back is sore for bending over backwards just to lay the whole world at your door. And I'm trying hard to keep a smile on a sad face, while deep down it's breaking my heart. As sure as the sun shines, oh, I'll be a lifetime not knowing if I've done my part. 'Cause you take me for granted. It's breaking my heart. As sure as the sun shines, I'll be a lifetime not knowing if I've done my part. 'Cause you take me for granted. It's breaking my heart. As sure as the sun shines, I'll be lifetime, not knowing if I've done my part, not knowing if I've done my part.
Y'all make some noise for Mr. Bo Porter there. You know, you're listening to Texas Internet Radio, and you're watching either live streaming on Facebook, or you might be on YouTube, or you might even be on the Sebby TV Network watching right now. Thank you for tuning in. And if you're in the Canyon Lake area, we encourage you to come by and be part. We're always family friendly for the most part. We do watch the crowd, and if the kids leave, we make it adult. But for the most part, it's family friendly, right? For the most part.
We're having fun here tonight.
That's
Good
it.
people. And sorry about my voice. I'm a little crackly tonight. I've been sucking dust up there doing construction work on my place. And
That's all we have is that dang rock dust, that lime dust, that bleaching.
And there's no warm up for this show, folks.
No.
You're just gonna sit down and do it. And by the way, I'll be, like I said, covering for David. And then next month I've got some stuff at Green Hall. I got a couple of those over there, and over at Riley's Tavern every other Sunday. I'll be there next Sunday, and Miss Kayla Jane covers the other Sundays.
Yeah, you guys are teaming up on that over there. Yeah.
And so, for a picker circle, if you don't know, you pick a guitar and you're just learning or whatever you're doing. Everybody's welcome, and it's very opening.
The young lady at the bar right now, she is brand new to town, and I was just telling her about the little deal we're doing afterwards tonight. After here, we're going up to the north side of the lake and doing a little picker circle over at the Red Hot's game room.
I heard about that.
Yeah, a little pork shoulder I roasted out.
Saw that.
Yeah, I bet you did. And she needs to know about your stuff too, so make sure that you talk to her and let her know.
Well, I'll be more than happy to. And me and Paul were talking. He's over there flirting with a girl now, so
he's always flirting with girls.
Yeah.
Every time I see that guy.
But no, me and Paul were talking, and I told him that, you know, me and Gareth Fowler, there's a song, he does a Wayland song that he was playing it his way, and then I said, can I show you a different way? And I did, and he goes, that's exactly what I want to be doing. And that's what a picker circle is about. It's not saying that my way is better.
No.
It's just, here, might think about this.
Point of reference.
Yeah, and I've been doing this for way too long. People don't understand how to be a front man and how to direct a band. And sometimes it's as simple as playing the right chord. And when I say that, I mean, when you're playing a G, then you do a G 7th, that bass player knows you're going to a C.
That's right.
So it's just little ways to cue the band. And that's what a picker circle is about. And it's always good to come with an open mind to learn. That's it.
You know, and I had a really bad problem, you know, in a lot of my career with my own ego. And not thinking that, oh no, I don't want to write with anybody else or do anything with anybody else because they're going to steal my stuff and blah, blah. Guys, get over yourself. Look, David Lee slapped me in the face when it was before we did the songwriter thing here at Goofy's that he helped me start here, but he slapped me in the face and he goes, man, your songs aren't that good. And I was like, you know, when you first hear it, it's like, oh, but the way he explained it to me, he just slapped me in the face and told me I sucked. But the way he explained it to me and how I could fix it and gave me a way to do it, man. Oh my God.
All right. So you say that. I'm going to do this little piece of the song me and David. See if I can remember.
Oh, cool.
And then I'm going to tell you something funny.
Sneak peek.
I said, Mama was a mud flap model, pressed out of chrome and steel, flirting with all those truckers flapping behind those 18 wheels. From Banker all the way to Burbank, no one even knew her name. Oh, but when they hit the throttle, they like to watch her wobble. Mama was a mud flap model. It's all right. So
I like it, man.
And there's a story that goes along with it. But me and David, this is funny, because David Lee, if you know David Lee, he's a big hit songwriter, Nashville. I mean, you can't mention an artist that hasn't done his stuff, you know. Faith Hill and Tim McGraw and everybody.
I know.
Made his living. He fed a family doing this, and I love him. He's one of my best buddies. And we were over there writing the song. I said, I got this idea. We got to do this. It took us a year, but I finally got over to the house, and we're sitting down doing this. And here's what's funny about it. We started writing. He already had something written. I didn't like it. I said, no, that's not where I was going with it. Okay, let's rewrite it. So we did. And then at the end of the day, he goes, I said, we got to put this in there. We can't. We can't, Bo. We're going to go over 3:30, over 3 minutes and 30 seconds. We're going to go over. I'm like, well, excuse the shit out of me, Mr. Nashville, and you're 3:30. I'm not writing this shit for Nashville. I'm writing it for Texas.
Yeah, baby.
And he's laughing. I mean, I said it in jest, just joking, just laughing. And he goes, I'm just telling you, we've written enough song. We're done. We can't write anymore. I'm like, okay, fine. I went home. The next morning, I got a call from David. He goes, how's it going? Pretty good. Just drinking coffee. He goes, yeah, we need to write the second half of the last verse. I'm like, no. Yeah. So 2 weeks later, we got together and wrote it. You can do that. I'm saying this about David because I love him so much. Don't overthink. I know we want to write commercial stuff. We want radio to play our stuff. But I mean, the Ode to Billy Joe, you know, that's a perfect example. That song's forever. The day the music died. Sometimes things just have to be said. Now, the song me and him wrote is a novelty song, so I understand that you've got to keep it there. But there are some songs, don't screw Nashville, screw radio. I mean, DJs love the day music died because they can go to the bathroom, you know? And people love it. They love that song. So I just think that sometimes we start thinking too commercial, and when we should just be writing music. And if you listen to old Appalachian songs, and I did, and I grew up with it, and the more you study it, you'll find out that there is 101 verses to the same song. It just kept getting added to. I'm not saying you should do 101 verses of the same song, but people added to it over the years. Just play the music. Just enjoy the music. Don't get wrapped up in all the commercial stuff. And I think that's the secret to some of this stuff we're seeing coming up with some of these young artists and their approach.
Yeah, they're not worried about. They're not worried about like the dream that we had in our generation was to be the big star on stage. They're not worried about that. Dude,
they are doing it without
the
record label.
Yep.
They are doing it without them.
As an independent artist. And that's the thing that, you know, that I work on the most, Bo, is trying to help them develop while they're going through all of this, the newer ones.
The song I played earlier that we got an award for and all that stuff, when I took it to Cam, he said, I told him I'd written a legal page and a half of song. I said, I know this is not 3:30. He goes, well, let's rewrite it. Let's edit it. And that's what he did. We sat down and did it. I'd like to, I wish I could find that piece of paper and put those other verses in. Because, I mean, there's a time, maybe on radio you want it to go this way, but on stage you can do it on the longer version.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? Bobby Keel, you know Bobby? He wrote so many songs for, what's his name? Johnny Rodriguez and Hank Jr. and David Allan Coe. And I just saw a video of David Allan Coe, who, my name is Bo Porter. You spell it Boporter. And I don't like David Allan Coe because he's a racist asshole. And I mean that with all my heart. But I saw him singing Need a Little Time Off for Bad Behavior. And there's a verse he sang the other day that's not in the original.
Right.
And I got it and I sent it to my buddy Bobby. And Bobby said, I wrote it 45 years ago. He goes, they just started adding this verse to that song. So just don't limit yourself.
Yeah, and sometimes, I mean, there's been music that's been and artists that were way before their time too.
Oh yeah. And by the way, I'm not really afraid of losing money because I just say I don't like David Allan Coe. His music, Mona Lisa Lost Her Smile. Good God, what a song. The guy is an incredible artist, but as a human being, and yes, I've met him, I don't like him.
Yeah, we don't have to like everybody though.
I barely like you.
I know. I feel the same fucking way.
We had lunch the other day and you didn't pick up the bill.
I know. What kind of guy am I?
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, for the record, he invaded me having lunch. Yeah.
I live right behind this bar here, about a mile up the hill, and we were on the phone.
How he is?
Yeah. And we were on the phone the other day, and I said, hey, what you up to? I'm about to get pulling the goofies to have lunch. I said, I'll come join you.
I didn't know that it was with the expectation that I was picking up the tab.
And he didn't.
Hell no.
And,
I thought you were going to pay.
no,
I was just disappointed as hell when I went to go, to leave. And I was like, man, Bo didn't pick up my burger.
I picked it up, but you wouldn't let me take a bite.
Well, no, man, it's my burger.
All right, brother.
You got time for one more?
You mean to play one more?
Yeah, I want you to play one more. Play it for this young lady. This is a young lady right here, and I'm sorry I can't remember your name. I'm terrible. That just moved here, and she's looking. So can you tell her about opportunities for songwriting real quick?
Yeah.
And pick her circles and all that good stuff, and give her the rundown of your group. This is a guy that you definitely want to attend some of these with him.
I don't bite either. I just look like I do.
Not too hard.
Did you had a request, and I'm sure I won't remember. What do you want to hear, sir? I can probably remember this one. I shouldn't end with that song, but it's requested, so I will. So when I was a little boy, my mom was a cake decorator, and she asked me, what do I want on my birthday cake? Do you want Batman, Superman, what? I'm like, no. I want Fair and Young, Webb Pierce, Merle Haggard, George Jones, and she couldn't come through. And so that pissed me off. And so that's how this song starts. Oh, this is a song about my life. And there's not very, very much creative license to this. It's pretty much all true. None of my honky-tonk heroes ever wore a cape. Couldn't get their figurines on my birthday cake. Mama said she looked, but they couldn't be had. So at 6 years old, I got drunk as I was mad. Stole a family car, ran through a liquor store. If you think that's something, just wait, there's more. I convinced a babysitter we were right for each other. Grabbed my piggy bank and left a note for my mother. Stole the family car, yeah, put it in the wind. Can't believe my luck, they left the keys in it again. Oh, we were having fun down at a local honky-tonk. Oh, when Daddy walked in, said, son, we got to have a talk. I can't help it, I was born this way to raise hell all night, sleep all day. Never could resist pretty girl's kiss. I can't help it, I was born like this. Things were going good till I started senior high. They could tell that I was when they looked into my eyes. Man said, Bo, what am I gonna do with you? Pretty plain to see, son, that you're rotten through and through. Never amount to nothing, you'll never be a thing. What he didn't know was I'd been learning how to sing. Learned a little Haggard, learned a little Jones,
Pretty soon I started writing songs of my own. Well, it happened one night when I was playing in this bar. Man walked up and said, son, I think I'm gonna make you a star. Things have turned out good for starting out a rowdy kid. I'm the best damn thing mom and daddy ever did. I can't help it, I was born this way to raise hell all night, sleep all day. Never could resist pretty girl's kiss. I can't help it, I was born like this. I can't help it, I was born like this. I can't help it, I was born like this.
Nice.
I love you, Mom.
So, real quick before we get out of here, I want to thank you again. As always, it's a pleasure to have you on the show.
I just love hanging out with you.
Well, yeah, man.
Over
We're going to do
burger
some.
here.
Hey, listen, we're going to do some of that because we need to get. I'll bring over my little apparatus and all that. We need to get some voiceovers, and you know what, man? With all the storytelling and everything, it'd be really cool to get do some podcast stuff, man. You get so many stories, dude.
Yeah, we were talking outside before I got. I know we're run over time and we have to shut up now. But I was telling you about Sonny Throckmorton and Rock Kilo and all that kind of stuff. I love telling those stories because they're true and they're funny. And these guys are all in their late 80s, early 80s and late 80s, and they're the greatest songwriters of our time. Sonny Throckmorton, just look him up. And so many. Rock Kilo, one of the coolest dudes. I get to talk to him about every couple of weeks. I call him up. And they've got great stories, and I'm just happy that they accept me into their little tribe. And I won't lie about it. We go to songwriters festivals, and they get it, not me, but them, big penthouse, 3,500 square foot, overlooking the Gulf of Mexico penthouses, and we all just sit up there and smoke weed and play guitar and tell stories and write songs.
What do you mean Mexican lettuce?
Some kind of weed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not Mexican then.
Maybe not.
Yeah, see?
It maybe comes from Colorado. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
But I've got to be around a bunch of great guys. And I want to say something about one guy, and he's now in Dominican Republic, and absolutely the most wonderful and talented musician I ever worked with, ever in my whole entire life, on a broad spectrum, and that's Jimmy C. Clark. Fiddle, Mandocaster, trumpet, everything. And the guy who turned me on to him was Pete Mitchell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Yeah. And Pete was a guitar player for 17, 19 years for Ernest Tubb. And he also turned me on to Robert Chevrier. I don't know where Robert's at now, but Robert was with Brian Setzer and then with Raul Malo. And I have got to play with some of the, God dang it. We were all together at one time. Buzz Evans, I can imagine this. Buzz Evans, Jimmy C. Clark, Robert Chevrier. I think Huck Johnson was a bass player at the time. And I forget who the drummer was right now. And we went through a few of them, but that band was the best band I ever had in my life. And I don't think I'll ever recreate that again. Buzz Evans, legend. He was on Webb Pierce stuff. And I got to tell this right quick and I'll shut up. I was playing the Ink and Iron Festival back when they had it in California and Long Beach. And it's held on the Queen Mary and spills out in the parking lot. And I just got through playing. And you know the band Big Sandy and the Flowery Boys?
No, I don't know that one.
You got to look them up. They play over here at Riley's when they come into town, but they're all my buddies. But Robert, who is also Big Sandy, I called him. I said, I need a band and I need some help. And he goes, well, I'm on vacation. You can use my band. So I had the Fly-Right Boys backing me up. Can't go wrong there. We got done, and I walk off the stage, and there's this kid with this blue mohawk. and piercings all over his face and tattoos on these platform shoes all buckled up his leg. And he goes, dude. I'm like, hey, dude, what's going on? He goes, I'm telling you, man, the shit you did with that Web Pierce stuff, man, that was like killer. I'm like, well, thank you so much. Well, the band, I mean, yeah, got to give it up to them. Dude, did you know on that recording that the steel guitar player was black? And I said, yeah. He goes, and he wasn't mentioned on the album because he was black in the 1950s? I'm like, yeah. He goes, his name was Buzz Evans. I said, yeah. He goes, you know that? I said, yeah, because Buzz Evans is my steel guitar player in Texas. He goes, he's still alive? I'm like, barely. I think he's a lizard. And so Buzz Evans, and I don't know what Buzz is doing these days. He had a stroke and lost his partial sight, had another stroke, lost all of his sight, and I lost track of him. But Buzz Evans is someone, if you're a steel guitar nut, look up Buzz Evans. He deserves all the jazz guitar and steel guitar, pedal steel. Love you, Mark.
You know what? I love you too, brother. And I'm glad you're in the backyard now.
All right, here.
Yeah, man.
Here
Welcome
is.
to Canyon Lake.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, hey, y'all, we're gonna get on out of here. Y'all make some noise for Mr. Bo Porter and join us next week. Hey, listen, if you're thinking that you're ready for radio, take a look at your screens right now. If you're watching at home, am I ready for radio? Dusty Motes and I on Tuesday are going to host a webinar for the Texas Internet Radio Association. Just scan that little QR code right there. Go over to my page, or you can go over to the Texas Internet Radio Association. You can go anywhere that you can find me, and you will find out how to sign up for that webinar. Ask Dwight, because
Hey, Mark.
We finally got it to work. Yeah.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
Can I say one last thing?
Yes, absolutely.
I always like to close my shows with this. There's good people everywhere. If you can't find one, be one.
Amen, brother. We'll catch you next time, y'all.
Adios.